Right guys, let's get straight into today's video. If you do catch me looking down at my phone, it's because I've got some notes here because I want to make sure that I put this across to you in the best way possible. But today's video is about the 5 habits that men, they learn way too late in life. So let's get straight into today's video. The first habit is self-awareness. The habit of having self-awareness. A lot of men struggle and have a lack of self-awareness. And this is pretty, I would say, destructive in a man's life, because zero self-awareness equals zero power. If you don't have any awareness around your being, around yourself, you have no power, you have no control. Not only do you have no control over your life, because you don't know what's going on, but you don't have any control over your behavior and where your future is gonna land you. Now, when you lack self-awareness, like when you've got no self-awareness, men do not understand where they're going wrong and what are the things that they're doing that are holding them back from living the life that they truly want to live. And a lack of self-awareness usually means that they end up in relationships that are not good for them. They end up in friendships, or they end up with more mates than friends, because they don't have self-awareness. They're not aware of the things that are holding them back, and they're not aware of what it is that they're surrounding themselves with that's destroying them, because they don't know what they want themselves, what they need to do within themselves first. And self-awareness is honestly one of the most powerful one of the most powerful factors in just being the best man you can be and living the best life you can. Because genuinely, when you have a lack of self-awareness, you end up surrounding yourself with like low quality mates and not actually having any decent friends that truly give a shit about you. And that might be hard to hear, and you might think, oh, I've got loads of people around me. But how many of those people are good quality? Because that is where the importance lies, in the quality of the people that you have around you. Because the quality of the people you have around you was going to dictate the quality of your life moving forwards. Many times I've been in situations where, you know, my friends are like, they're like, oh, have a drink, or do this, or do that, oh, you've been boring, When I know that that doesn't align with me, and it doesn't align with the man that I want to become, and I'm surrounding myself with people who are testing my willpower, constantly testing my willpower, constantly, you know, trying to force things upon me and trying to dictate how I'm going to live my life. And I don't accept that. And that's where self-awareness comes in. It's like, what do you truly want? You know, what do you want from life? What do you want from yourself? Who do you want to be? And that's the most important thing. And men, like, with a lack of self-awareness, they get stuck on low frequencies. They get stuck in them low frequency, around low frequency people, in low frequency environments. And this keeps their life average. They stay average. They stay stuck in a perpetual cycle of feeling like it's not enough. You know, life is not enough. Stuck in destructive habits. Stuck in destructive cycles. Doing the same things even though they're bringing no benefit to their life. So self-awareness is super, super important, and definitely a habit that you want to learn in your 20s, leading up to your 30s. And it's a continued development, but it's extremely powerful. Okay, so number 2 is, you've probably heard this before, self-discipline. A lack of self-discipline will destroy your future. Like, you might think you've got all the time in the world, but you don't. Yes, tomorrow's going to come. Tomorrow might not come, but obviously we're not going to be morbid about it, you know what I mean? But self-discipline is literally the most critical thing that a man can have. And it literally stems into everything that a man becomes. Self-discipline is literally the bread and butter of becoming the man you want and living the life that you want to live and having all the success in the life that you want. Because too many men are like, it's super, in fact, you know, it's super easy to make an excuse rather than just do the thing. And that's what most men do. I've been surrounded by people who are doing that. They're like, but I haven't done it for a week, or no, that is weak man behavior. Self-discipline is saying, look, I'm going to do something, and then doing it, following through, not making excuses. If things get hard as a man, self-discipline is what's going to keep you going. disciplining yourself to do the hard thing, even when life gets hard, is what's going to determine the outcome of your life. Self-discipline is going to keep you focused. It's going to keep you on the right path. It's going to keep you on the path to winning, on the path to success. And without self-discipline, you'll just get stuck in comfort zones. Like, oh, it's easy to just smoke a little bit of this and have a drink and do this and, you know, chase girls, all these kind of things, because it's immediate reward. So, yeah, I mean, chasing the things and doing the things that are going to lead you to that success is much harder than just making excuses as to why you didn't get there when that time comes. Do you really want that though? Do you really want to be the man who's like, oh, yeah, I didn't accomplish that, and then trying to find any reason as to why that didn't happen? Or do you want to be the man who's like, yes, boom, I absolutely smashed that. You know, this is who I am today. I'm a king. You know, I get after my goals. I don't mess around. You know, my word means something. Or do you just want to be that weak guy who's just like, oh, well, I didn't accomplish that, and it's because of that, and it's because of that, pointing externally, when you know for a fact it's internal. Everything that you do and everything that you don't do is internal. It's up to you what you do. It's up to you what you do and what you don't do. Period. A lack of self-discipline when things get hard will have you latching onto cheap thrills, you know, girls, drinking, drugs, whatever it is. And I don't condone any drugs, etc. on this channel. But instead of just finding purpose and doing what you want to do in life, instead of finding that and walking the hard path, it'll just have you latching onto cheap thrills, you know, that give you a little bit of like, a little bit of reward. When in reality, that is destroying your future. And literally a lack of self-discipline. And that's what it's doing. It's destroying your future, you know. The reason why the most successful men are successful is through self-discipline. But the self-discipline is not the thing that got them there. It's the strength that they acquired through self-discipline and that got them through the hard times. So it's like, first they've got self-discipline, then they've got strength, then they've got struggle, but then they've got the strength that they've built through self-discipline to get them through those struggles. And if you miss out on self-discipline, you miss all of those components, and you just end up on the back end of life, on the tail end of life, not going anywhere, always chasing your tail, always reactive to life, not proactive, not in front of life, not smashing life, not dominating life. You just end up behind it. And that is why self-discipline is the second most important habit. And number 3, you might hear this all the time, but physical fitness. Physical fitness is literally, you know, it's underrated by most men, but is literally the most powerful thing that a man can do for himself. Like, literally the most powerful. Not only, think about physical fitness, think about the gym, think about doing the hard thing. What does that build? It builds mental fortitude and grit and strength. Without doing the hard thing every single day, without pushing yourself, you don't build that. You know, you stay average, you stay weak. And if that's what you want, that's absolutely fine. You know, like, if that's what you truly want, great, fantastic. But the behaviors and characteristics that are built as a result of defining peak physical fitness is unmatchable. You cannot match it with anything else. So it's super important, and it's underrated by most men, but extremely powerful. Physical fitness also feeds into your self-awareness. It feeds into your self-discipline, and it gets you thinking longer term. It allows you to become a man who delays instant gratification, the cheap little thrills that are meaningless and pointless. You know, it allows you to see past all the I want something here and now, and it builds long-term investment mindset. You know, investing daily into building yourself into something and not seeing results straight away, but keeping going because you're stronger than that. You know, and you're building that, you're building the self-discipline, you're building the self-awareness, and you learn a lot about yourself when you have to push yourself through those hard days. And yeah, it's hard, but who wants easy? What's easy? What's easy ever going to lead to? You've got 2 choices, haven't you, in life? You've got freaking easy. You can do the easy thing, or you can do the hard thing, and you can get somewhere by doing the hard thing, or get nowhere by doing the easy thing. You'll never have what you want if you do the easy thing, but you'll always get something from doing the hard thing. What do you want? Physical fitness, you cannot buy it. You cannot go into a shop and physically buy it. You have something. If you build that, you have something that a lot of people don't have, and people can't just walk into it. You've got something that rich people can't buy. They can't buy that. don't matter what they do, no matter how much money they spend, they can't buy it. And the truth of the matter is, it gets you respected. You know, you get respected as a result of being in physically good shape. You know, people look at you, people treat you differently. People know that you went through some shit that most people don't have the drive and the level of dedication to go through, the commitment. And that defines you as a different breed. You know, you become a different breed of man when you are at peak physical fitness. Not to say you need to be shredded, abs out and all that, but you need to be strong, you need to be capable, physically capable, and that is super, super important. You know, you can walk around and be admired, you know, for being the peak man, of being in great shape, no matter what anyone tells you. Like, yeah, you can have a belly, yeah, you can be out of shape, yeah, you can be unfit, you can be unhealthy. I don't care what anyone tells you. If you look like a freaking Greek goddess, not a goddess because that's a woman, innit, but I don't know, you look like Adonis, yeah? Versus you look like someone who literally lives on McDonald's. Who's going to get more respect? Who's going to get more admired? And that, it depends on what you want, you know? It depends on what you want. You don't have to get admired. You don't have to get, you know, respected. If you don't want that, then great. But most men do. Most men don't want to be like, looked down upon, like, and feel like crap about themselves. They don't want that. Your clothes are going to fit better. They're going to look better. You're going to have self-respect. You're going to build self-respect. You're going to feel super confident to just be yourself. And you're going to own whatever it is that you decide to do because you've built the discipline, you've built the mental grit, the fortitude, the consistency, doing the hard thing. You chose to do the hard thing. You chose to do the king thing. And fitness is going to skyrocket. You think, oh, chasing girls and all that. When you've got a banging physique, most girls are chasing you. You know, if you've got the success, you know, you're a good man, and you've got, you know, physically you're in great shape. Women are going to chase you, bro. Trust me. Women are going to chase you. And at that point, you're going to have the pick. You're going to have the pick of the bunch. You're not going to be chasing these girls around anymore, waiting for a reply, or getting pied, getting ghosted. You're going to be ghosting women, bro. Period. Physical fitness, man, it's going to teach you. It's going to teach you the importance of keeping going when things get hard. When you can't be bothered, you still keep going. That's what it's going to teach you, and that's where the strength, and that's where the discipline, that's where the level of masculinity comes in. Is when you do the hard thing. Even when it gets hard, you just keep doing it, and it teaches you the importance of just keeping going. And that kind of reflects into all aspects of your life. You know, in business, in your career. If you've got a job, great. And in your job, like with relationships, when they get tough for you, you know, it might be really great, but you choose to work through it. You build resilience. And it teaches the importance of keeping going. It builds a resilient mindset, and literally it helps you to just flourish in other areas of your life and just become unstoppable. So the fourth habit is independence. Now, I moved out when I was 16 years old, and I've lived on my own independently since 16. I know men who are 25 still living at home with a mum, getting the mum to wash the clothes. Not acceptable, man. Like, not acceptable. Like, if that's you, like, alright, fair, but that shit needs to change, because you're missing out on so much. You're missing out on those years where you're learning and you're growing as a person the most. Through those years, you're just relying on other people. A lot of men rely on other people, and that's not inherently bad, but independence is going to teach you more about life than anything else you'll do. Like, being independent and having to handle the world by yourself, do your own things, get your own shit done, is going to teach you a lot more than just relying on other people, relying on your mum to wash your clothes. And it's like, come on, bro, that needs to be sorted out. You need to be taking complete ownership, bro. Take ownership and think about the things that it's going to build. Think about the things you're going to learn: time management, task management, budgeting, you know, taking full responsibility. It's going to 10x the man that you become. It's going to shape you into a bulletproof man when it comes to solving problems. Think about you live with your mum from, you know, birth to 30. You know, you move out at 30 and then you've got some problems at 35. You can't even handle them. Like, that's real. That's reality. Something's going to hit you so hard that you crumble. And like, because you've missed out on building that independence in those younger years. And it's super important, man. Super important. Like, I moved out at 16. Maybe that was too soon, but I made mistakes. You know, I messed up my life many times. You know, I fell into addiction. I fell into committing crime, being in trouble. You know, I went to prison 5 times. You know, went to prison when I was 17 years old. You know, I ruined my life. But what did I do? I learned a lot from being that person and living that life and being independent. And now, there's not really much that life can throw at me that I can't just handle. You know what I mean? And that's something that you don't want to miss out on. So you want to be bulletproof in solving problems, brother. Like bulletproof in solving problems. You want to be able to solve problems like boom, like that, because the quality of the problems or the level of problem that you can solve is going to directly correlate the value of you as a man, like to your future wife, to your kids, to your boss, maybe in your own business, whatever it is. That's what it's going to determine. When you push independence as a habit, you know, you'll be forced to step up. You'll be forced to step up and forced to level up. And that's what you want. You want to be level up. You want to level up. You want to be forced to level up. And you'll navigate life with more ease. You know, it might be hard initially, but overall you're going to dominate life and have a strong sense of independence as a man. That is something that builds unstoppable confidence. Independence is like, doesn't matter if I'm standing there alone. I'm alone and I'm here and I'm a warrior. And that's it. That's what we want. That's what we want to build. Like I said, if you miss this part when you're young, when adversity hits when you're older, you're gonna feel it. It can take you out. Boom, like that. Adversity will take you out. Boom, like that. If you haven't spent years building independence and becoming, you know, being able to handle your business on your own. And that leads into the fifth habit, is learning to be happy alone. Like, I'm not saying, oh, sack all your friends off, you know, or be alone. But what I am saying is that most men would rather surround themselves with low frequency people that do absolutely nothing for their life than just be strong and powerful alone in solitude. And that is where life, you lose out. You're losing at that point. You know, power comes from solitude and the ability to be alone and be content. And that's going to make you unstoppable, bro. Like, unstoppable. If you can sit alone and be happy and be content and be like, boom, I'm handling my business. I'm independent. You know, I don't give a shit if I'm with anybody. I don't rely on anybody else to do anything. Bro, trust me, you're going to feel like the man. You're going to feel like the man, bro, trust. You're going to feel like the man. You know, you'll have a level of confidence that's unmatched. You know, to all those people that are living with their mums, staying with their mums, relying on everybody else to do all the stuff for them. Bro, you're going to be unmatched. No one's going to be able to touch you. Trust. Like, being happy and content alone, you know, is hard. But being around people who don't align with you and your values, you know, and who make you shrink to match them. You know, you want to be this confident man, you know, express yourself, and people around you can't handle that because they're low frequency and you're not. You know, you want to be this next level guy, this next level man, and the people around you are forcing you to shrink because you just can't be happy alone. You'd rather surround yourself with poor quality people that force you to shrink when alone. Having power in solitude and being alone and being content is what's going to give you the most power you've ever felt in your life. Being able to handle that is like unmatchable, bro. Like it goes into the independence. It's an unmatchable confidence. Doesn't matter. I'm not relying on anybody else. You know, there's so much power in solitude. Now, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying to be alone and be a loner. Oh, you little loner. You know. But what I am saying is it's important for you to be able to be happy alone. Times are going to come in life when you will be alone and you must be able to handle it, or it's going to snap you in half like a twig. You don't want to be that. You want to be strong, powerful, independent, happy, you know. That's what you want. I know you want that because that's what I want. And us men, we're not so different. You know, we're not so different. Yes, we're walking on slightly different paths, but ultimately, we want to feel like men. Just to close that off, you know, let's have a recap. We've got self-awareness, self-discipline, physical fitness, independence, and learning to be happy alone. These are all things that are pretty much free that you can get working on today. You know, you can get working on that today. You know, if your mum makes tea, no more, I'm going to make my own tea. You can take back these little things and start forging these habits, you know, before it's too late. You've got a lot of power inside you, and it's going to take time. But ask yourself this: would you rather become the most powerful, confident, and unstoppable version of yourself, or would you rather just look back in years to come and regret all those things that you missed out on, all those opportunities you didn't take? And what would you rather do? We all have work to do. We're all on the same mission, and we all want to excel and exceed our potential. You know, we all want to reach that, match it, if not beat it. And it all starts with fortifying the right habits and just dedicating yourself to becoming unstoppable. Let's go, Kings.